I used to listen to a lot of people say this. A lot of people talk about this. There's so many spiritual teachers out there that talk about this. Make a decision and things will start showing up. There's no better time like the present to do one of these. I wanted to wait until tomorrow at least, maybe the day after tomorrow, because tomorrow there's another big deal that's happening. And I'm gonna start with where I'm at right now. Okay. A while ago, probably at the beginning of me creating these little clips and talking to myself, I remember I was thinking of doing a 3-day water fast. And that didn't last. I think I lasted 24 hours at the time, and that was it. And I don't know what time it is right now. What time is it? 7. So that means 55. 54 hours in. And it's an interesting one. I've noticed the first day kind of happened by accident because I had lunch and then come the evening, all afternoon, I had so many things to do that I didn't get a chance to eat. And I never understand how people say that. Like, I don't have time to eat. I fully experienced it that day. I didn't even think there was a thing as such because I always make time to eat. So not that day though. So we got to probably 9 in the evening, and I thought nobody's gonna eat now. Who the fuck going to eat now? It's too late. I'm gonna go to sleep soon, so I don't want to have a belly full of food. So I left it. So then come the second day, by lunchtime, I was like, well, I'm 24 hours in now. I might as well just continue with it because it felt like I could. And the day went pretty smoothly. The evening came. Today I went to spend time with my kids. And of course I cooked with them. We've done stuff and they were all eating all these treats and sweets besides normal food, and they were offering me it. And I was like, no, I'm good. I explained to them that I'm fasting and what it means and I don't want to eat. And I actually made a concoction of, I felt like I needed to drink something warm. So I made a concoction of a lot of spices and water, and I just made it into a hot sort of tea, I would say. And drank that. And it was interesting because I'm thinking in my head, if anything, that's gonna clear my body of more toxins that are in there. And yeah. So I've literally just made myself some extra now in the evening of that concoction with with all these spices. It's an interesting one because I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it is. And I'm going to want to continue until tomorrow, but I was going to get at that part too. And today I went and done a breathwork ceremony with my beautiful sister M. And it was so different than any other that I have done previously in the respect of I didn't feel like I was wanting to move at all. First round I remember I did, but all the other three I just cracked open at a certain point, and I sent her a message at the end of it and told her my experience, and I couldn't think of the word of what I felt like, but she told me it was a demogorgon. Like Stranger Things, because that's what it felt like. I felt like that creature that had whoop, head wide open and just light pouring through. That's what it felt like, just a lot of light pouring through me, and I was just like zoned out, completely blissed out, not zoned out, because that was my intention, to connect with my higher self and feel the magic. So that was happening. My breathwork experience was completely different. Of course, I'm noticing the changes in my body. My body feels a bit lighter. And hungry, I don't get hungry. I've had this thing with hunger before where it takes me a long time to feel hungry. And most of the times I eat because I'm like, I haven't eaten in a while. Maybe I need to eat something now. So in my head, it makes me think that maybe my cortisol levels are higher than I thought they were. Because if you guys are following my rants, about a month and a half, more than a month and a half now, I stopped drinking coffee with the same idea, like I had it in the back of my head for a while, that I want to experiment with it and not drink coffee for a while and see what it does for me. Same as the fasting. I had this in the back of my head for so long, just never done it. And well, I did, but only like 24 hours, never gone past the fucking 24 hours threshold. And now I'm thinking this feels a lot easy now, because coffee was given up a while ago, so my body adjusted to not giving thumbs. I haven't done this in a while. Anyway, so my body adjusted to not having coffee. So I didn't have the side effects of not having coffee now with the fast. And of course, I'm drinking plenty of water and I feel okay. I do. I do think of pizza quite a lot. By the way, I haven't had pizza in... Did I have any this year? I did. So it must have been sometimes in February, I think, that I actually had pizza. Did I have any after that? Probably not. So that was a long time ago. Now that I'm recording this is August. This is probably going to come out way later than August, but I don't care. So I keep thinking of pizza. Pizza in particular, Domino's. Domino's, the UK Domino's, not the US Domino's. Because I have experienced both. The US Domino's has a shit... I'm thinking plethora, but that's not the word. Variety of sauces. And the garlic one that they do, it's just garlic butter. It's not the best. In here in the UK, they do what's it called? Garlic and herb. Oh my fucking lord. Oh my lord. It's like fucking crack. So mainly every time I get that pizza, I get that sauce, because in combination, oh, so fucking delicious. To hear me talk about food right now. So with the breathwork, I kept thinking, maybe I'm gonna, after I end this breathwork, I can just go and get that fucking pizza and end my fast, because it's been over 48 hours. It's like I'm into 50 something, close to 60 hours now. And I thought, tomorrow, I'm going to do a ketamine journey. And I was gonna be on the day, because it's gonna be at 3 p.m. my end. I was going to fast all day anyway for it, just to have a clear, just for my energy to go in different ways, rather than it being focused in digesting, like, rather than my body focusing on digesting food in my system. I want all that energy to go to ketamine, right, to the journey. So I was thinking today I could go and eat a pizza, and then tomorrow just fast all day. But then I keep thinking, I have been wanting to do a 3-day fast for a long time now. Why would I fuck that up for myself? So I didn't. So I didn't go and get the pizza. Instead, I made myself this lovely concoction. Look at it. All the spices are at the bottom. And it's like a tea. But it helps because it's warm and it fills my belly up somewhat. And yeah, it's just in my head, it's really purging out everything else as well, because it's stuff like cardamom and cinnamon, and I even put black pepper in there, and ginger, and I don't know, lemon juices. I don't know, I just put a lot of stuff in there. So yeah, I'm looking at it now because it's my dear tea. And I keep thinking, since I stopped drinking coffee, that maybe I'm gonna just start doing this. I'm just gonna buy all the spices and all the condiments and whatever, and just put them in there and make my own freaking tea. Because this has been showing up for me too. It started off with Medicine Woman, by the way. This whole idea of connecting with nature, but in that way, in making your own potions. Because that's what I resonate with. That's what I feel like I resonate with. And I haven't done much of that. Only recently it seems to kind of start in that direction too. And when I think Medicine Woman, this is going on another level, on another subject altogether. Remind me to get back to the ketamine part. Maybe I finished that one? Did I just say that yes, I finished that subject. I forgot. So there we go. This is how my mind works at the moment. It's interesting because I'm going to watch this back and be like, oh my god, I was so fucking loopy. Anyway, so the Medicine Woman thing, it came up to me once in a meditation or in a breathwork, I don't know, sometimes maybe about a year ago, maybe more. And I couldn't understand what it meant at the time, you know, because in my head it had a memory of a life where I was that, where I did that, where I knew how to combine plants and make potions and make el I was gonna say ailments, but it's not ailments. Fuck, what the fuck is it called? With the creams, but it's not cream. Oh my god, I can't think of the word. Anyway, so I remembered when I thought the first time of medicine woman, I remembered that part of when I lived in another life and used to do that. And I thought, well, am I going to do that this life? Am I going to be able to activate those memories and just create my own potions and whatever kind of things in this life? And then I thought, I don't need to worry about that. Medicine woman can mean anything else altogether. It can mean the fact that I'm doing this, that I'm putting this out into the world for somebody to listen to it, watch it, resonate, and be like, oh my fucking God. Because this is what I do. I watch other people talk. I listen to other people talk. And I have goosebumps through my body when somebody speaks truth that I resonate with. So this could be my medicine woman part 2. Just in case anybody was wondering. But at the same time, from mixing stuff together, of course, I come across different things through whatever avenue, whether it's social media, whether it's whatever else, people talking, castor oil and toothpaste and all kind of natural remedies, let's say, right? And I started mixing up my little potions now. When it comes to, I call them potions now, and they're going to stay potions. When it comes to potions for the hair, to make your hair stronger and grow thicker and all that shit, because I talked about this in one of my other episodes about how I'm manifesting more dense hair on my head, but also aiding it with external. So I'm doing things in meditation and I'm doing things externally too in 3D. And so I'm making my potions for hair. I am more inclined to stop using anything that's got plastic, because I know we're all full of plastic anyway, but I'm also becoming more aware the more I go that there are things that I don't want to put on my skin or in my body, even though I'm saying that. And I am a sugar addict for sure, because that's the hardest thing for me to give up. And with this fast now, this is what it's showing me, because I wanted to be able to see whether I have that discipline for myself, because there's a voice in my head that says that I don't have any discipline, that I don't have any solid ground when it comes to changing certain habits or implementing new ones, when it comes to whatever things I want to achieve in my life. And one of them is food. I fucking love food. I love food. I love food so much, and food loves me as well. Yet more recently, I have noticed that I am becoming more and more aware of what I eat too, and what I want to put in my mouth and in my body. It's not I have gone from one extreme to the whole other, because like I said, I fancy over pizza so much. So that is still gonna happen, but it's not like I'm eating pizza every fucking day. Like I said, last time I had it was probably in February, half a fucking year ago. So where am I going with this? Pizza eating, healthy eating, yeah, all of that, it just feels like it's a natural progression of my body, of my spirit. And of course, I see all these things that are happening globally with solar flares and the Schumann resonance being affected and all the planets and how we're all shifting dimensions and blah, 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 all of that. And I can tell sometimes when that's happening, even without knowing, I feel different. I feel different in my body. I feel different in my mind. I feel like all the fears, fuck me running, that I had a couple of months ago, not even that long, that I actually made videos about, of how dark it got and how much I had to forget about everything that I knew. And I am on my knees on the floor, and my knees are fucking screaming at me now. Even though I sit in this pose many times in yoga, I got jeans on. Oh my God. So I need to move a little. Oh, by the way, now that I've done that, I shall present to you my top. Which was the first one? It says, aligned, empowered, and unstoppable. I didn't create this. H&M did. And when I saw it on on their website, because I bought it online probably about 2 years ago. I thought, oh my god, that could have well been made by me. And when I saw it, when you see a logo, it's like, man, it just looks like some writing in letters. That's what I see anyway. Other people might see something else. And then I read what it says and I thought, this is so aligned. So anyway, that was another bracket. Wow, how is this? How am I talking so much? I am so surprised by myself, by the way. Oh my god. So in this thing, I covered fasting and what it's doing to my body and my brain, and how great I feel, how well I'm doing for the fact that I haven't drank coffee and my body adjusted to that before I stopped the food as well. So I think that works. So if anybody's ever thinking of fasting and they have any kind of caffeine intake, because it could be tea, you can have caffeine, Jesus, in tea, and yeah, maybe stop one first and then the other. Maybe just go full blown, and you're gonna have some headaches along the way, because a lot of people experience that when they stop caffeine. Decaf still has caffeine in it. Anything that's decaf still has caffeine in it. And I know one of my friends used to take the piss out of me with that. Wow, Gio, that I haven't spoken to in a fucking long while, that decided that that I am not beneficial to his life anymore, which is fucking cool. I love this dude for that, for being able to say that we're not aligned basically anymore. Why am I putting this in here? I don't know. Maybe he's gonna watch it, maybe not. If you do, Gio, hello? Anyway, so yeah, people taking the piss out of me about decaf having caffeine in it, and I was like, nah, it doesn't matter. It's good. It doesn't have any, whatever. I knew it does, but I just didn't want to admit it. So there's that part. Okay, fasting. Breath work is a lot different. Meditation, I can't even tell you. Like I go so deep so quick. That's what she said. I go so deep so quick in my meditations. It's like as soon as I close my eyes, I'm whoop, straight in the zone. So that helps as well. Plus, tomorrow, of course, I have fantasies about all sorts of foods, because I can and because I like to. It's not that hard for me to say no. So this has shown me that as much as I have this little voice in my head that says that I don't have any discipline for myself, I actually do. And I know what makes it so. It's me deciding that I want to do something. And I have had this throughout my life. Once you decide on something, you're sticking at it. There's a certain power that comes with decision making. I decide that I want to change. Fucking change happens. It's gotta be, but the decision has got to be bigger than the programming that you already have installed in your brain. Because I have experienced this too. I have gone through stages of wanting to lose weight, let's say, which, by the way, even to this day, I don't think a day goes by when I don't think of my weight. And I know it's so deeply ingrained in my system, in my physical body, in my brain, from my mom, and how I grew up around her, and how she was treating herself around it, and even what she passed on to me. So there's not a day that goes by that I don't think of my weight. But at the same time, I know there's a reality where that doesn't happen. I don't even know why I started the weight. Oh, the decision to lose weight. It has been in my head many times before. And it was like, I'm not sure, maybe I can do it, maybe not, but because I like food, right? And I like to eat, and why would I stop myself from eating? I only got one life and all that stuff. Until one day I thought, I don't like this. Like, I felt that my body was too heavy and I couldn't walk properly. I mean, I could. I've never been that chubby to be out of breath completely, or not be able to do stuff. But when I started practicing yoga, that's when I was like, this is ridiculous. I couldn't even do the wheel pose, which is, the up backwards, the stuff that you push yourself up the floor. And I remembered I used to do this as a fucking kid. Why can't I do it now? And I was 34? 31? Hold on, I'm 38 now. 34. I was 34 when I started practicing yoga. And I thought, I can't do this anymore. What the fuck? This is not cool. I don't want to get old and not be able to move at all and whatever. So practice yoga. That just done something to my brain that I want to continue doing it. So it was a stronger decision than I love food, even though I still love food. But the fact that I was doing yoga does change something in my system of, I don't know, maybe not eating as much or feeling lighter in my body. So then the feeling lighter in my body was like, I don't want to change this feeling lighter with feeling heavy. So I'm going to keep doing yoga and I'm going to keep eating the way I was eating at the time. And then weight just went off. Weight just went off. It's not like I starved myself or whatever. I was still eating the same, but I was practicing yoga every fucking day. And by the way, it's something that I like doing. I, throughout my life, have this story that I don't like exercising. Like just the idea of running, or the idea of going to the gym and doing weights and all that. Oh, I have a bit of resistance, but maybe that's a story too, that I can change. Or it's not even a story that I can change. I think when I heard Bashar say that there's a reality where that is not true or it's not real, because that's how addicts change their perception when it comes to addiction. There's a reality. There's so many realities. There's so many different parallel realities that are happening. There's one where I love exercising, right? So I can just think to that. For me, at the time, I really love doing yoga. It doesn't feel like exercising. It moves my body. It's stretching, but it's also strength, because the yoga that I started with was really fucking cool. It's not the type of yoga that everybody does in the West. It was with this guy that was from India that learned from a master from India, that anybody that knows and goes and does knows that India yoga is completely different to the mainstream Western. And I don't know why I'm pointing that way. It's like India's that way. Maybe it is. Who knows? Anyway, so yoga, find your own thing, by the way. But it's the decision making. I decided that I want to do something about this feeling heavy in my body. And then things showed up, because this is how it works. You make a decision and things show up. A lot of people think, oh, I want to go and travel the world, but I don't have money. You decide that you want to travel the world, and the fucking money will show up. And I just said word, not world. And I have discovered this for myself too. Whenever I made a decision that was so fucking strong that I knew I was gonna take the steps towards, things just showed up. Things just show up. Things show up. Things show up. I can't believe that this stuff is coming out of my mouth though. Because I used to listen to a lot of people say this. A lot of people talk about this. There's so many spiritual teachers out there that talk about this. Make a decision and things will start showing up. I thought, yeah, maybe for other people, not for me though. I can't believe I'm actually saying this too. A lot of people say this story too. It happens for others. It doesn't happen for me, but then it happened for me. Fucking hell, it does. It does. And there's this whole thing of getting out of your own way. Make a decision and get out of your own way, which means don't try to figure out how. The how. Don't try to figure out how it will come to you, because the how will show itself. You distract yourself with something else, and trust me, oh my God, the distraction part has been the hardest for me. Instead, because of course you want to achieve something, you want to do something, you want to have money, right? All you're thinking about is money. You want to travel the world, all you think about is traveling the world. You want to buy a car, all you think about is buying a car. I remember with a laptop, I wanted to buy a laptop for myself so badly. Everything that I used to do was on my phone. And I was like, I don't have money to buy one. I want to manifest one. How the fuck is that going to happen? And I kept thinking laptop, until I completely forgot about it, because I don't know, sometimes life just happens. And things just show up. Like Hoover. I manifested a freaking Hoover. Vacuum? Anybody watching? Doesn't know what a Hoover is? I remember I wanted a new one. But it wasn't a big thing, It's like, how much energy do you put into that too? Because I wanted a laptop real bad, and I was thinking about it real bad. A lot. With a Hoover, I thought I would love a new Hoover. And then I forgot about it. And then one of my friends that I used to live over the road from, one day I went and had coffee with her, and she's like, oh, I've got this Hoover. Do you want to have it? I was like, sure. I wanted a new one. So there we go. So things just show up when you start thinking about how. So get out of your way. Decide what you want to do. Fucking do it. I didn't decide now that I wanted to do a water fast. And well, at this point, it's not just water fast, it's liquid fast, if I think about it, because I introduced tea in day 2. So, but it's fast from food. I decided a while ago that I wanted to do one. I didn't know when I was gonna do it because I tried before and I've only gone 24 hours and that would have been it for me. But this time I just had I think I had a different kind of, I want to do it now. And then I kept thinking, oh, Sunday I've got this ketamine journey that I'm gonna do. Fucking cool. That would be even better to have my system all freaking cleared, all clear of anything, that's not supposed to be in there. It's like cleansing my body. It feels like I'm cleansing my body. And besides the fact that I'm cleansing my body, I'm cleansing my freaking mind too. Even though my mind is full of pizza. It's full of pizza. But I just feel lighter. I feel lighter in everything, in any area. Wow, is there anything else? Well, this has gone for 25 minutes now. This is ridiculously fun. I love it. I love doing this. And I think I put this out once, that I had an idea of doing 2 a week, one being a podcast and one being me talking. And I still haven't started that yet because I didn't know who I was gonna invite on my podcast, and I didn't know if I was gonna have any ideas to talk about. But of course, it's the mind, the human mind, the ego that doesn't know how, because the higher self knows. I'm sure I'm gonna watch this back and be like, who the fuck was talking there? How did I have that idea? How did I just say that? I don't know how, I'm just talking. I don't know how. I don't know who does it, but it does. It's my connection, right? The connection, because that was my intention on the breathwork today, to connect with my higher self and see the magic, feel the magic, be the magic. So I am it right now, because look at me talking. I was saying something about the podcast and me talking, and not sure if I want to do. Yeah, it's still gonna be one. At this point, it's still one a week. And of course, even that showed up. I thought I'm gonna run out of friends to invite on my podcast, right? And of course, one of my friends said, I think, was it Ellie? Was she the first one that I had on my podcast? I think it was. Anyway, so she mentioned something about a Facebook group that she was on, where there's people that are looking for podcast guests or people that want to be on podcasts. So I joined that group and I put a post out, and boom, 10,000 freaking people. Not that many, but like 40 something people reached out wanting to be on my podcast. And I was like, there you go. I didn't have to know how I'm going to find people. It showed up to me in a way that I didn't expect it. I didn't know that one of my friends was going to reach out to me and say, but I had an idea that I want to have more people on my podcast because I want to keep doing this. Because I love doing this. It's fun. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. And so far, I have interviewed 3 people that I knew absolutely nothing about, that I freaking loved because, gotta scratch my forehead, because I learned something new. This is what I love about it too. I want to learn something new. I want to have an open mind and listen. I've finished listening. I finished reading this book called You're Not Listening. And I think it came at the freaking perfect time that I saw it in the library, and I thought, oh, I'm going to take this one because it shows me where I'm not listening, or there's different ways of listening. There's different ways of asking questions. Who knew? When you wanna connect with somebody else on whatever kind of level, you can totally do that. It doesn't matter who it is. Yeah, I feel like I've gone on so many avenues in here, but I'm done. Done. There's my authentic, aligned, empowered, and unstoppable. That's it. Aligned, empowered, unstoppable. I can never remember this. I don't know why in my head these words, as much as they're really, really cool, don't just roll off the tongue. Aligned, empowered, and unstoppable. I don't know why. Anyway, that is it. This is my rant. This is probably gonna be for sure. I'm not even gonna put, because I was thinking I could probably name this something about fasting or breath work and ketamine, whatever, I don't know. And then I just thought, now this is going to be the title of this episode: Aligned, Empowered, and Unstoppable. Boom, there you have it. So because now I remember, if you like this fuckery that I'm doing here, if you enjoy it, if it brings you any joy, if it brings you any fun, I don't know, laugh about it. That's the first thing. I hope it opens your heart somewhat, it opens your mind maybe, it just opens you up somehow. And I hope you feel the love that's coming out of all this madness that I'm doing here. And so if you like all this, you can do nothing whatsoever. You don't have to do anything. But if you so feel inclined to share it with somebody else, maybe they're going to learn something out of it too. Maybe they're going to have some insights out of it. Maybe it's going to help somebody. Or if you want to subscribe to my lovely channel, or if you want to like it, or whatever. I don't know how the algorithm works. I don't even care how the algorithm works, to be honest. But I totally believe that because I like other people's stuff and because I come across them and it's helping me, how do I know that what I'm saying is not going to help somebody else too? So there's all that. That's it. I am done. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.